First video, we got my boyfriend's mom worships me by My Story Animated. Let's get to it.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I grew up in a small town where everyone knows everyone, but I felt like the odd one out. Things weren't any different at school. In elementary school, I didn't feel confident enough to talk, but Nick was the only one who ever spoke to me. But he was always up to no good and known for his infamous tricks. I thought he would stop in middle school, but it only got worse.
Hey, Olivia! I got you a cupcake!
That's really nice.
Yeah, I stole it from that loser over there.
Oh.
You didn't want a cupcake? Hang on, I'll go steal his whole lunch.
I
Come
mean,
here,
like,
nerd!
I knew
why
I
you
should've
complaining
stood up for
though?
that
Like,
kid, but like always,
he got you a
annoying
cupcake.
instead. High
Who
school
else?
wasn't any better.
Hold on. Who else do you know is gonna go to some random kid, steal a cupcake from him, and then give it to you out the kindness of his heart? See, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Girls, they don't know how to accept a gift, bro. If I give you something, just accept it and go on with your day, bro. Come on.
How students get awards for cutest couple, best dress, and stuff at the end of the year. At the end of my junior year, I finally got one.
The award for the shy student goes to Olivia! Who's Olivia?
I was the girl who was too shy to accept the award for being too shy. I felt devastated. That day, I
What type of award is that? That's
that's
kind of fucked up, bro.
Hey, you! No, oh, you there, mate! Australian? Come on, Olivia. I practiced for days, but nothing.
I mean, I'll be embarrassed too if I go to school with a bow on my head like I'm JoJo Siwa every day.
You're going on a trip without me? It's a short trip, Olivia. Just call if you need anything. Oh, but not after 5 p.m. or before lunch. Ciao! Well, I guess a giant mansion isn't too bad to be alone all week. I spent the first few hours writing a super boring essay for school, but the silence was creeping me out. So I decided to watch The Notebook in our home theater. I was mid-sobbing.
Never watched that show. I mean, that movie. Never will.
Froze like a statue. What do I do? Stop, drop, and roll? No, wait, that's for a fire. I'll just call 911. Shoot! My phone's upstairs. Time for plan B. Too cold.
Bro, what is this video?
Plan C. Suddenly, there was a crash upstairs. It
Leave it.
sounded like my laptop. I would rather fight to the death than write that essay all over again. I tiptoed upstairs and saw someone in
So
the
that's what
but it was
fires you
too
up?
dark to see their face.
No,
With
a
burst of
laptop?
confidence, I jumped on their back like a spider monkey, but my victory didn't last long. Hey! They threw me to the floor and everything went black. I woke up with a flashlight in my face and all my memories flooded back. Intruder! I panicked and kicked so hard, sending them crashing to the floor.
Not intruder. Ouch.
I know that voice. I snatched the flashlight and shined it at him. Bailey? Oh no, that's not happening. Bailey was my insanely hot neighbor, and I just beat him up. We went to different schools, but I could see straight
I
into
mean,
his room from
like,
the window. Listen, I
why
never
is
saw
bro in
him,
your
but I
house?
think the universe wanted me to know him. I mean, how else could I have seen him shirtless or dancing in his room when he thought no one was watching? Right? Bailey, are you okay? He's so strong. He was already standing up.
I'm okay, but what about you?
The pain came
Bro gave him.
rushing back
She
down his
gave him
face.
some love taps talking
lie
about
down.
he's so strong.
But what are you doing here?
I heard a crash, so I came to check on you.
Did you catch the intruder? Bailey held my hand, and I felt my stomach full of butterflies.
You got away, but don't worry. The police are on their way.
I told the officers everything that happened, and Bailey's family said I could stay at their house until my parents got back. Bailey was so sweet that he even brought me tea before bed.
Do you want to ride into town with me tomorrow?
Oh, I don't want to mess up your plans or anything.
Don't worry, most of my friends are at camp. Meet me in the garage at 10.
We went off to bed, and I spent the whole night imagining our wedding. The next day, I went to meet him and saw the car was unlocked, so I got in the passenger seat and waited.
Oh, we're not driving. We're biking.
Yeah, I was just warming up in a car before cycling. It helps the wheels spin faster.
Why didn't you just say you did it
Technological
now?
bike
Like,
evolution.
this
Oh, I never heard this.
is what makes me
It's a
mad.
new evolution.
Wow, you're serious about biking.
I was way too embarrassed to admit that I didn't even know how to ride a bike. But if little kids can do it, how hard could it be?
Do you always wear your helmet backward?
Yeah, it's the latest style in Paris.
Huh, okay. Well, follow me.
Easy, you can do this. I stayed balanced for about 2 seconds before I toppled over into a pile of garden gnomes.
You made up all that stuff about the car and the helmet, didn't you?
Maybe.
Bro, you're like
It was
20 years
humiliating,
old.
but
If you
Bailey
can't
was so
ride a
nice.
bike,
He
that
spent the
is
rest of
some
the day teaching me to
serious
ride. My
issues.
parents came back that night, and I assumed I'd never see him again. But to my surprise, he knocked on my door the next day, and the next day, and the day after. We were inseparable the whole summer, and it made me sad to think about how everything was going to change when school started. On the first day of school, I was walking to my locker with my head down when I saw one of the popular girls drop her fancy earring. How was I supposed to get her attention over all this noise? As I picked it up, I realized something. I'm the girl who tackled an intruder, and I'm the girl who spent all summer with her super hot crush. Hey, you dropped this. My favorite earring. Oh, you're a lifesaver. After that, she waved to me every time she saw me. I decided to challenge myself to say hi to new people. To my surprise, people were nice back, even cute boys. But one day, I was walking to the bathroom when I noticed the school bad boy, Nick, and one of his friends graffitiing a wall. Nick spun around to tell me off, but then he froze. Graffiti is so uncool, but I was mesmerized by his piercing blue eyes. He was so focused on me, he didn't realize he was spray painting his friend's face. I rushed down the hallway toward the bathroom, but I could feel his eyes on me the whole time. The old me would have ignored it, but the new, confident me decided to confront him in the study hall. You know you'll never get into college if you graffiti the school, right?
I'm going to be an artist.
You mean a criminal? I'll post your first mugshot on Instagram. I held up my phone to snap a picture, but the teacher spotted me.
No bones in the study hall, Olivia. It wasn't her fault. I asked her to take a picture of me. Great, then you can...
Bro, his voice does not match his body, and it's so annoying.
Attention, girlfriend?
Both of their voices don't match the body, the teacher and the quote-unquote artist.
Someone bumped into me and I spilled hot tea all over him. He jumped up and ripped his shirt off.
Ow, hot!
I am so sorry.
It's okay. I deserve it for getting you in trouble.
I was about to respond when I noticed his insane abs. And right above them was a really cool tattoo of a dragon on his chest. I hated myself for thinking he looked so hot. I tried to look away, but Nick was smirking at me. I moved as far from him as I could, but I couldn't stop thinking about him. That night, Bailey and I met up for the first time in weeks because of our busy routine. I wish we went to the same school.
That would be nice, but it might be kind of awkward since I'm, homecoming king and stuff, and you're like the quiet girl.
Did he just admit I wasn't cool enough for him? What do
I mean, are
Tell
you?
me your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, you've hit that like and subscribe already, right? Well, I felt pretty annoyed, so I pretended to get a call from my mom and went home early. That weekend, I was walking through the park when I noticed Nick was creeping up behind some lady sitting on a bench. Was he about to rob her? I didn't want to find out. I couldn't stand it, so I tackled him from behind before he got too close.
Get off me, psycho! Wait, Olivia?
You're the psycho! You were going to attack that woman!
Attack her? That's what you think of me?
Nick's face was inches from mine, and his blue eyes looked really hurt. I felt so guilty.
The way you go from getting tackled by a girl
So I ran off
to
without
trying to
leaving.
kiss her.
After school that Monday, Nick was waiting by my locker.
Come to the park with me.
Why would I do that?
Just trust me.
At the park, I saw the same lady from the other day, and as soon as she saw me, she turned red and started hitting me with her purse. Ah!
Mom, stop!
Mom? She attacked you!
It was a misunderstanding. This is Olivia.
Oh, why didn't you say so? She's even prettier in person. What's going on? My son paints with me every week. I paint birds, but he always paints you. She reached into her bag and pulled out a beautiful painting of me. These are creepy, but amazing.
I'm bad at school, but I'm good at art. Teachers think I'm stupid and I'm sick of it. That's why I always ditch.
You're a genius, but why me?
No, he's not.
Because no one appreciates.
I know supporting your son and everything, like that could be serious. But bro is walking around with a 0.5 GPA. He's not a genius. He has a 75 IQ score. Bro's on par with Forrest Gump. He's not a genius. You know, supporting your son is one thing, but lying to him is a whole different thing. Bro is retarded. I'm sorry. He's not smart. He will never be. If you keep on telling him that he's a genius. This man has not passed a test since the 2nd grade. He is a senior in high school. What do you mean he's smart? He's far from it. Bro.
You either.
Wow, all these years, I thought no one could see me, but Nick did. After that, I started spending a ton of time with Nick. He was surprisingly sweet behind his tough guy act. Once we were strolling, and he spotted the injured baby bird and saved it, but he made me promise not to tell anybody. You're a big softie.
Shut up.
We quickly grew close and eventually started to have lunch together.
Just toss a bird in the air. Hold on, I just not picked up. I just not picked up on that.
Why do you have that dragon tattoo?
It matches the dragon on my mom's necklace. I'm surprised you haven't noticed. She never takes it off.
That's the sweetest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. My turn now. What's going on with that guy you text sometimes? Ryan?
Bailey. We were really close last summer, but he's not who I thought he was.
Okay, that's good. That means I could finally do this.
Next thing I knew, Nick was leaning
Bro called you out
kissed me, and I couldn't resist and
that you're,
all
you
right,
know, not the.
whatever you want. Jeez, I'm just a bit shy,
I don't
okay?
know.
The whole
I
way
don't even
home,
know what I
I
was about to
couldn't
say,
stop
bro.
blushing. But just a few days later, things went south. Nick wasn't at school that day, and he wasn't answering my texts, so I assumed he was sick and went straight home after school. When I walked in, my parents were sitting in the living room with the police officers from the night of the intruder, and in the middle of all of them was Bailey. Bailey has some really important information about the intruder.
I totally forgot something I saw that night. It was dark, but the intruder had a dragon on his chest.
No, it couldn't be.
There's a local troublemaker named Nick Costello who has a tattoo of a dragon on his chest. We arrested him before school today.
Nick would never do something like that. Mom, I told you about Nick. He had you fooled, Olivia. He was probably just waiting to break in again. Bailey
What's
walked up
this
to me with his arms open, and I crashed
man in
into
the
him
back
with
of the
both
corner?
hands.
I mean, the
days
back
went
of
by
the
in a blur. My parents
picture.
tried to make me feel better, but I felt
Is that her
so
father? Her father
when I
looks
was
like
going through something this upsetting. Bailey
he looks like that
only
one
I know
WWE
you
wrestler.
miss him, but he's a loser.
Carry-
Now you can hang
carries
out with
around
me
like a
instead,
club or
you know,
something.
when I don't have better plans.
Actually, Bailey, Nick is 10 times better than you are. He actually likes spending time with me for who I am. And he's not a criminal or a loser. Are you sure you saw a dragon tattoo?
It was definitely a dragon. I could see it because it was so shiny, like one of those tattoos with glitter in it or something.
Shiny? That doesn't sound like a tattoo. That sounds like jewelry. I have to go now. I biked to the police station faster than a race car. All the practice on my self-confidence led up to this moment.
So now you know to
You're
ride a
going to let me talk to
skateboard.
Nick
Not
right
skateboard.
now.
Bike.
Visitors get 10 minutes. I'll bring him out.
How did Nick still look hot in one of those orange jumpsuits? Your mom was the real intruder, wasn't she? Bailey didn't see your tattoo. He saw her dragon necklace.
Please don't tell anyone.
But we have to get you out of here.
No, my mom is sick, okay? At night, it's like she becomes a different person.
Oh, that's what it is. His mom is a werewolf. He should have said that to begin with, bro. Like, I don't know why you didn't say that to start, man. I don't know why you would bring it up, but you could have. So, I get it. You know, your mom, actually, your mom's not even a werewolf. Your mom thinks she's a werewolf. Yeah. She watched Twilight one too many times, you know. She fell in love with Jacob at first sight. Just like Jacob fell in love with that baby. Twilight is a weird movie franchise.
She has no idea who she is or where she is, and she gets into all sorts of trouble. I go to the park with her so that she doesn't get lost on her way home and go into the wrong house.
Why didn't you tell the police?
Because it's still all my fault. The night she got into your house, I was supposed to walk her home, but I went to the arcade with my friends and lost track of time. If the police find out, they'll send her to a mental facility.
Hang on. Did you say the arcade? Nick, this is amazing. There are cameras everywhere so kids don't cheat when they play. We don't have to tell the police anything about your mom. All we have to do is prove you couldn't have been the intruder. I sprinted to the arcade and basically threw a tantrum until the manager gave me the security tapes from that night. They totally proved that Nick was there the entire time. I took the tape back to the cops, and they had no choice but to let him go. We bought Nick's mom a new necklace to replace the dragon so that no one would ever figure out who the intruder was.
That
And
woman
whenever
broke
Nick was
into your
busy,
house. What
I
do you
spent time
mean?
with his mom to make sure she didn't scare any other poor families by accident. Once everything was settled, Nick told me to meet him at some abandoned building in town.
Bro, I was
Nick,
about to-
I thought you said this was romantic, but
I was about to
totally crazy.
kidnap you.
Just trust me. Remember when you caught me doing graffiti in the school? Well, I never got to show you what I was painting.
He took me around the corner, and my jaw hit the floor. It was a beautiful painting of me.
I love you, Olivia. I always have.
It's beautiful.
So bro was
I love
painting
you
that
too.
before he knew her?
I definitely didn't always love you. Awkward. Nick burst out laughing and pulled me in for a kiss. At that moment, I learned that you can find love in the craziest circumstances ever.
Alright. The title had nothing to do with the video. My boyfriend's mom worshipped me. What? Y'all talk like twice. She complimented you once. And You played Jenga with her and she almost killed you because you beat her. Anyway, bro. That was my boyfriend's mom worshiped me. Scale from 1 to 10. I'll give it a 3. 3.5, you know. It sucked. Wasn't good at all. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll see you on the next one.